Are you ready to make the best granola? My house granola recipe is simple. It's what I keep on hand all the time, so I can make this weekly or bi-weekly, because let me tell you something. You make this once, you're gonna make it again. Granola, and you can see I have my coffee with me because when I think granola, I think kind of breakfast or just some type of snack where I'm gonna have coffee with it. When granola can be very personal. I know, let's get deep here for a second. Because each person likes different things. This is my house granola, meaning it's the one I have all the time. If you open my cabinet, it's gonna be in there because I love it. I also give it as gifts to everyone because for me, it's become the perfect ratio and mixture I like, and I'll talk about it along the way. So we're gonna make the dry mixture first, or what becomes the actual nuts and bolts of the granola. Starting with oats, and I like to use just old-fashioned rolled oats. I don't want minute oats or anything like that. And we're gonna put in, I think the ratio of oats is slightly less than other granolas. You know, some granolas are only oats. That's okay if you like that. I instead though like a lot of the other, really good fats and healthy textures, and that's gonna come in the form of a lot of nuts and seeds. So I put in a lot of pecans, they're my favorite, and I like to keep them whole. I think it's a little bit more gourmet. I also like the texture of it. It becomes more of a snacking granola, but I also still use it on my yogurt. So we're putting in beautiful, I mean, look at that. Already, this to me is like, okay, it's gonna be a good granola. We're gonna put in some whole almonds. These are all raw nuts, by the way. And if you wanna chop them, you can. I like leaving them whole. I just think it works best. And with the time for this in the oven, it's the perfect amount of time for these whole nuts. Then some pumpkin seeds or pepitas. Now these have a lot of magnesium, but also when they toast, they get a really good flavor. And they're a great texture in here. So all these have great health benefits, which I like. We're counteracting that with a little bit of sweetener too, but they work together really well to create a good blend of health versus enjoyable kind of ingredients in this. Now, the last two ingredients I'm keeping for the end, and we'll talk about those. We don't want to bake those. Sometimes, baking can be too much for certain ingredients. These nuts are going to toast in the oven with the oats during this whole process. So to this, we're going to make sure we add some spices, but we're not going to over spice it. We're going to add some cinnamon. Now, again, some people are like, cinnamon is boring. Just wait, we're pumping it up with my favorite, which is cardamom. I think this is the secret almost to this granola. It's the extra oomph that I'm adding to give it something that when you're eating it, you're just like, there's a hint of something that you can't quite place. When you learn what it is, but until then, it's just like, it's special. And everyone that eats this says the same thing. A little bit of ginger. So it's warming spices, but they work all throughout the year. This is the blend I use no matter on the time of year. And then salt, and salt is super important because we have a lot of things that need to be seasoned and flavored. And I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit with my hands, just to more, you don't have to, but just evenly distributes everything, coats everything in that dry spice mixture. It already smells like a beautiful spice market in here. Instantly, cardamom adds that exotic note I think that we can really love. So right here we have the base of mine. Now you can use butter, you can use oil. I specifically like just extra virgin coconut oil, which means when you buy it, it most likely should be solidified. You have to melt it. You can do it in the microwave, you can do it on the stove. This adds a little bit of a sweetness undertone. I think the flavor is perfect. I also just really like how this oil bakes, and I think it is essential for creating the best granola. So to this, we're gonna add a few things that make it the kind of wet mixture of this. Some maple syrup. I'm using two forms of a sweetener here. Maple, okay, obviously it has flavor. It also kind of coats everything a little bit differently like a brown sugar would. I'm gonna also put in some honey. Again, sweetness, obviously. Flavor, yes. I think again, this gives me the perfect texture when I'm done. So you get kind of a crisp outer texture on a lot of this since it's toasted and just the right amount of sweetness. To me, it doesn't need to be too sweet. This is a big batch of granola. This usually lasts me probably, it depends how much I eat it. If I try to be good, maybe 2 weeks. If I'm not so good, maybe 1 week. It just kind of depends. And if I give it away, I usually give away a whole batch that fits in a jar. So I'm just gonna stir this together. Not that it has to be because we're gonna stir it all in there, but I just think it's easier if you can get it mixed here. Should be 100% pure maple syrup. Do not use those syrups that aren't actually maple syrup, like not good. But this, if it gets solidified, just heat it up a little bit and it will even out. So we're gonna add all this right to the mixture. And then the important part, actually it's all important, every part is important, but it's easy. Mix it really well. You don't want any parts not mixed in with the wet mixture versus the dry. You want it all to be coated, and it takes a minute because we have all those oats and they're slowly gonna kind of soak it up a little bit, but you just wanna make sure there's no dry pockets. And you see how we're coating all those nuts and seeds too? This is where the magic happens, because when this gets into the oven, making sure they're all coated is what's gonna help them toast evenly, get that kind of crisp, crackly, almost crust on them. By the way, if you didn't know, I love granola, and I want you all to start making your own because I think you've seen it. If we go to a grocery store right now, what do you see? An aisle full of granola, and it's delicious. But guess what? You can make it cheaper at home, and it can just become a personal thing that you love your granola, like I love mine. So I'm gonna put this right onto a parchment lined baking sheet, and what I'm gonna do is make sure that I spread it out into an even layer. So the important part with this is you want it to roast or bake evenly, because really what you're doing is drying it out and toasting it. Now, I will be honest, usually most granola recipes, and mine included, should usually say, you know, toss it or stir it once in the middle of baking, usually once or twice during that period. If I can put mine out into a nice enough layer, I oftentimes, since I make this every week and we do what we want in our own kitchen, right? I don't stir it always. I just let it go, because if you get into an even layer, it's just about the right amount on one of these baking sheets, half sheet size. It roasts pretty evenly without stirring it. So if you want to live on the wild side like I do, you don't always stir it. If it's your first time making it, stir it so you get all the crust and all the edges more even, because they can get a little darker sooner depending on your oven. So we're now going to clean off the spatula. I don't want to waste any of this. And we're going to put this right into the oven. Like I said, I will stir it just for best practice about once during the time. And then when it's done, we'll finish it up and let it cool. Just pull the granola out of the oven. You can see visibly it's toasted, which is what you want. You have the beautiful darker nuts. It smells amazing. I stirred it once in the middle. And now what I like to do is finish it up. It has to cool, obviously. Although I will say recently, I started eating a warm granola every so often. Loved it. So putting this warm on like yogurt or something, there's something special about that. I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you want to try it when it's warm and you can't wait, it's not bad. So I do, just because I like salt, I like to finish with a little bit of salt always, just as like the final hit. You know, salt in layers comes in differently. Some hemp seeds. So hemp seeds have a lot of good omega fatty acids in them. They can be really healthy for us, but they also kind of add a nice texture. They would burn in the oven. They're very high fat and they're very small, and they would burn if we had them in that whole time. So instead I sprinkle them on when it's warm, and it heats them up a little bit, but not enough to burn them, because they would get bitter if they were burned, and we don't want that. And then some dried, unsweetened blueberries. You don't need to sweeten them, super sweet on their own. And you can order them online. You can find them oftentimes in specialty markets. You could do any dried fruit. Personally, I like blueberries best. I like the size of them. I think they work really well with this granola. It can be whatever you want. And I give it one final, just a little toss or stir, just because as you can see as I'm doing that, it incorporates those hemp seeds really well. Now, here's the thing, where if you want craggy pieces, like kind of more chunks, there are some things you can do. Now, upping the fat can be one way, which I don't want to put any more oil in this. But the next way is, and I'll show you here, is after you toss all this together, is to flatten it and kind of press it together. Now, I personally don't care about doing this, but some people really want those pieces. So if you lay this out kind of in an even layer like this and press slightly, as it cools, it will somewhat harden together. And when you break it up, you'll have some pieces. It will still kind of get small pieces too, because we have whole nuts here. If you really want it to stick together into big craggy pieces, everything should be chopped and small. I don't like that. It's more kind of a gourmet granola. My mouth is watering obviously because I just want to eat it. So I'm gonna let this sit. It's gonna cool fully. Then we'll try it. If I don't burn my mouth on it before. I probably will off camera. This has cooled. I joke, should I do like an ASMR thing where I'm like, I don't really know how people do those, but what gets nice is, I don't know if you can hear it, it gets nice and crisp as it cools. So when it first comes out of the oven, it's soft, it's warm, but then we can go in now. This is the fun part. You can get in under it and just start breaking it up. And look at the beautiful, you'll get some pieces like, see, when I say you'll get some that stick together, you can get bigger pieces like this, but honestly it depends, that to me is more of a snacking granola. I like them to be broken down a little bit more. But we're just gonna break these up however you want to. And what I do, so oftentimes, see, smashing it, look at that. But again, break it up. I like to give this as gifts. So if I'm going to a housewarming, or if I'm just going to a friend's house for dinner, it's nice to take something. And I often like to take something that they can just enjoy and make or use or in something they use and eat because, you know, knickknacks, you never know the person. Candles can even be hard. Wine or things. A bottle of champagne always works though. But in this case, who doesn't love granola? Now, of course, if there's a nut allergy, that's different. But I like to package it up in a big jar. You can just package it up and it's ready to go. Now you can see, usually I break it down more and so it all kind of fits in here. But in this case, we get some nice big pieces that we can just, this is so good. What's hard is, okay, I shouldn't just keep eating on camera, but this is very snackable, but it's perfect with your yogurt. The sugar coating that comes from the honey and the maple sweetens it just enough that it lends towards that sweeter side, but still has that toasted oat and nut and seed flavor coming through, which is what you really want. You want it balanced. I don't want to eat just sugar when I'm having my granola. I want it to be that right mixture. And it's also those big pieces of pecans and the whole almonds make this to me into a beautiful gift because the presentation's gorgeous. You see what you're eating, but it also is very just like textural, which I like. Food can be fun. Granola's fun. And it's delicious, and this is what I want you to make. And I want you to see that, yes, it's easy to buy granola. It's also expensive. And while it costs a lot to buy these individual things, you can make a lot more of it at home. Put it in the freezer if you want to make it ahead. Make small batches, give it as gifts, or just have a weekly rotation, like I do, to make some of your favorite things. So follow these steps, you're gonna have the best granola. As always, if you want this full recipe, it's in the description of the video and also on my website, wyseguide.com, along with all my other recipes, but just search house granola and this is what you're gonna find on my website. I hope you make it. Let me know if you try it. Let me know how you love it and share it around with others because that's the point of good food. I love it.